Hi there, my name is Jason Perkins. I'm an attorney who specializes in Georgia workers' compensation cases. I'd like to welcome you to another episode in my Georgia workers' compensation video series. I created this series to provide helpful information to people who have been injured at work and their families about Georgia workers' compensation benefits. Today I want to talk to you about workers' compensation checks, and specifically I want to talk to you about whether you can increase the amount of the weekly workers' compensation check that you receive. Well, the answer is maybe. That workers' compensation check, the amount of it's calculated based on what you were earning before you got hurt at work. Generally, the insurance company is required to calculate it based on your average wages in the 3 months before your injury. So they take an average of that 13-week period and they pay you 2/3 of that average amount. However, there's a maximum under Georgia workers' compensation law. The maximum amount that you can receive varies depending on what your date of injury was. I will tell you that insurance companies often mess up calculating the correct weekly workers' compensation check amount. Many of my clients, when we look at their check amount and how it was calculated, we actually determined they should have been paid more per week, and we're able to get their check amount corrected. So this is definitely something that you want to look into to determine whether the insurance company is paying you the correct amount or not. The insurance company, if you're receiving less than the maximum workers' compensation check amount, should have filed what's called a Form WC-6 in your case. That's a document known as a wage statement, and it should list out the wages that you're making with your employer in the 3 months before your injury, and how the insurance company calculated your average weekly wage, and the insurance company pays you 2/3 of that amount when they're paying you a weekly workers' compensation check in most cases. Now, in some instances, if you didn't work substantially the whole of the 13 weeks before you got hurt, let's say you worked for the employer for less than 3 months beforehand, or if you missed a substantial amount of work in that 3-month period, then the insurance company may actually look at a couple of other ways of calculating your wages. One of them is a similar employee, and the other is what's known as your full-time weekly wage. But making sure that you get paid the correct weekly workers' compensation check amount is very important, so it's definitely something that you want to check into. I hope you found this information helpful today. If you have, please let me know that. The best way you can do that is by giving this video a thumbs up or liking it. If you've got more questions about Georgia workers' compensation law, want to find out more information, there's a few good ways that you can do that. One is by visiting our Perkins Studdard channel on YouTube. You can view all the videos from the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series there, and you can subscribe if you'd like to be notified of future videos as they come out. You can also reach out to me directly if you have questions about your workers' compensation case. There's 2 easy ways that you can do that. The first is by visiting our website, which is www.perkinsstuddard.com. You can complete and submit the consultation request form that's available there, or you can call us directly at the phone number that's on the bottom of the screen. I'd like to thank you for watching this video today and want to wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injury.